ASUU, members won't be paid for strike period, says federal government. The riders says 5 unions to call off strike by next week. UTAS, U3PS, outscored IPPIS in integrity test. Suggests students can sue ASUU for compensation. ASUU rejects federal government's new salary offer, says it's miserly. You find this story on page 2. I mean, they're calling them misers.
I mean, the story around us was saying up yesterday. The minister, absentee minister, is now found his way, found his voice now. I haven't heard that man speak for a long time. Hearing him speak yesterday was almost kind of new to me, you know. And this is a federal minister for the last 7.5 years, almost 7 years plus, you know. He's been very, you know, he's always not around the action. But the ministerial press briefing yesterday, it was a storm because education was on the front burner, and he had come to speak. Minister Adamu, there's only one issue on his table, that is ASUU, and he said many things. You know, one of the things that surprised me was that I was asking Nigerian students to go and sue us. You know, that they should sue them. I don't know how you expect that to happen. You know, and then it appeared to me he's tone deaf, you know, to the major issues surrounding this ASUU strike, because he kept saying things different from what we thought we knew. For instance, he said that the president never gave him any 2-week directive. Chris Ngigi, the minister for labor, insists that in fact it was supposed to be 1 week, but the minister said he wants 2 weeks. Now Adamu says nobody gave him any 2 weeks. But the core of his briefing yesterday was his attack on ASUU, and he said that our ASUU made a demand. You know, he took the demand. He already told ASUU this one will not fly, but he took it anyway, and the president rejected it. ASUU wants to be paid for the 6 months they've been on strike. That's the central issue yesterday, you know, at the end of the day, because that divides opinion, really. You know, someone was saying it's like you hire a driver, he's not coming to work, and one of the reasons why he stopped working was because he wants to be using your car to be doing part-time taxi service, Uber, and you refuse, then he doesn't come to work. Then after 6 months, he writes you a letter and says, I will come back to work now. I will still continue the Uber, but you will pay me the 6 months you owe me. That's the scenario that, you know, that they painted. But ASUU said they're a different kind of union, you know, and that their work does not preclude only teaching, that they were hired to teach, to conduct research, and to do community service. And the only work they're not doing now is teaching. They withdraw their service from the classroom as a form of protest. It hasn't stopped research. It hasn't stopped them from sitting in their offices or from doing the third arm of their work, which is called, this is the ASUU president, Professor 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐿 speaking, you know, and for that reason he thinks that the federal government, no work, no payroll, cannot work with ASUU. The issues are plenty. ASUU wants their own university payment system, UTAS. The federal government doesn't want that, you know, because the federal government believes that UTAS is why they can be Uber drivers and still be driver to the chairman. You know, that once it's an IP system, you're either an Uber driver or you're a driver to the chairman. You have to choose one, you know. So that matter is still the bone of contention. Even though the education minister says that the technology and the outlook of UTAS, you know, passed an integrity test, you know, but the government is insisting the IP system is what they will use to pay all federal government workers. That's another bone of contention. And then they're not even discussing the other big issues, the revitalization fund, the end academic allowance, which has been the demand of ASUU. It was on the table. It's either IPs and pay us the backlog of 6 months. And the federal government said those two demands cannot fly. In fact, the minister said he had taken them to the president. The president flatly rejected them. So what it means is that the strike continues. The ASUU president is on TV now this morning. You know, very angry, caustic, Professor 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐿. He doesn't take any, if you ask him too much question, he quarrels with you. You know, what a prof. You know, he's on TV this morning and he's taking the presenters apart. You know, when you ask him a question, you say, let me answer. And he was taking 10 minutes to answer one question. If you interject, he gets angry. You know, so ASUU in itself need to look at home more. You know, I hear a very democratic union that nobody takes a position, that every position ASUU is taking has to be debated and argued by all members before they adopt a common position. I think they need to look at themselves too. And as I've always said, that come to the table. Collective bargaining does not end, it continues. Come to the table, see what the government offers, and then you can make your own demands or a counter demand. Because these students now, it appears like they've left the students to their fate. I mean, the comments by the minister that this minister, like an echo chamber, really, like he doesn't know what's going on. Say the students should go and sue us. you know. So the students keep suffering. In this fight of the two elephants, the grass has already been battered to no end, you know. So I don't think this matter is resolved. I don't think it will be resolved in the immediate future, given the positions taken by the federal government. The federal government was non-conciliatory. If you watch the tone of Minister Adam, it was zero conciliatory. You know, it doesn't look like he's prepared to even offer anything. You know, end your strike, resume work. We will not pay you 6 months to continue from there.
Minister Adamu is saying the 5 unions, the other 5 unions.
Yes, are ready to go back to work. He said, just give me a week, and the other major unions in the university system, SANU, NASU, NAT, and the others will return to work. You know, but there's something about ASUU that is, I don't know. SANU and NASU, are they going to pay them backlog? He didn't give us all those. What did they agree to? You know, he didn't give us all those details. But really, Adamu is not the kind of minister that you come to admire, you know, because again, he's been absent for so long. So people don't even know what he thinks about this issue, you know. But Oshodeke said something this morning. He said they are very disappointed in the minister, that he had come across as being honest, but he's not different from Chris Ngige. Those were his words.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more, leave a comment, and like. Thank you.